Going live. Now we're live. How's everybody doing? We'll play the game while we wait for some more people to drop in. I did do some stuff while off camera for once. Check it out. The volume isn't hurting your ears because the volume is now savable. Actually, I turned it up a lot. So you can turn it, I can turn it all the way up, leave, launch again, and it will still be there. Or I can turn it all the way down, leave, launch again, and it's still all the way down. Magic. Such magic. Well, we'll turn it down a little bit. Full screen. Yo, hello. So we got Rasping Python, Socks Friend, Sierra, what's going on? Bullin Boy, Akai the Creator, Opnid Cat. Whoa. Yeah, did you see that save system I made? I already checked it off too. So, big improvements. It wasn't super hard actually. While I was testing last night though, I found a few things that need to be fixed. One of them is Y layering with the tile set, and the other one is robot destruction shows up below the dirt layer, the decorative dirt layer. So watch this. Okay, so see how I'm above the wall right there, above the wall. Down here, I'm above the wall still. But then if I pass the halfway point of the scene, the tile set in the scene, I'm now below the wall, which looks fine for here, right? It looks great there, but not so great here. And so, yeah, I'm not sure how to fix that. I need to be above the wall if it's on the side, top, or the other side, but below it if it's on the bottom. And that's something to do with the Y layer and maybe some setting that needs to be turned, but I don't know what that is, and that might take some hunting. Been playing the new Doom game. It's fun. Nice. It's like the one from where it's like in the past or something, right? It's like a medieval Doom or something like that. What's the inverted part? The inverted part is your abilities. It's a roguelike, and so you have all these abilities, and then as you complete a run, you have to choose an ability to lose, and then do the run again. And so each time you do the run, it becomes harder due to you losing abilities. The inverted part is that you lose powers instead of getting powers. Yeah. Jump animation looks epic. Thank you. We worked on that yesterday. So now we got this little arm animation when you jump. I think it adds a whole lot, and it makes it so you can see how he's running a little bit better. The running animation is still a bit lacking, but it's passable, so we're gonna leave it. The jump animation makes up for that though, and makes it okay. So. Get at it. All right. All right. All right. So I don't know how we're gonna fix that Y layer thing. The other one is robot destruction showing up below dirt layer, or the decorations layer. Let me see if I can show that. That one should be a easy fix. Let's see if we can find a spot to show it at. Okay, so here's some dirt right here. So, oh, wrong way. Okay, that didn't work. I tried. Let's find some more dirt. Without dying, maybe. Right. Let's go to the next room. Reflex. Where's some dirt? Where's some dirt? Here's some dirt. Oh, I didn't do it that time. That's weird. Interesting. Apparently it's not easily repeatable, but if I find more dirt, we'll have to find it. It might just be in certain scenes that it's doing that in, which is a little awkward, but shoot, if it's not so easily repeatable, it's not easily fixable. That's how bugs in coding work. Where were the assets made? All the assets were made by me here in Godot and a Sprite pixel art software. So all the assets were made by me except for the cutscene, which was made by CreoMaster. The cutscene is something that we could implement as well. I wrote down adding content because I wasn't sure what we were going to do today. Because we could try to add the cutscenes, or we could try to just add more sections. So it's plenty complex anytime you try to make a run. We could try to add the score multiplier. That's something I wrote as do off camera, which I still may just do off camera, but it wouldn't be too hard to implement that. Add more screen shake. I don't think I want to do that today. So, or we could try to fix these bugs real quick. Maybe we could try to do that because maybe there's somebody out there who understands what it is. So, in top-down games, there's a thing called what's it called? Like Y layering or Y orders. And what that does is, depending on how far up the screen you are, is what priority you get for being displayed. So if you're lower on the screen, then you get your sprite will get displayed above sprites that are higher up above you. And so, oops, let's leave that where it is. And so, and that's usually based on the center of the sprite. So if the center of your sprite is lower down than the center of some other sprite, then you'll appear in front of it. That's how they do like trees in 2.5D games. So if you're walking around in front of a tree, it will look good. And then if you pass behind the tree, then the tree sprite will appear on top of yours. A lot of game engines have that automatically built in, including Godot. And so in the sections, or not just the sections, but let's open a section just so we can look at it. The tile sets also have that built in. So let's see, here's the floor tile basic. Wall tiles is the one that we're worried about. So the wall tile set should have Y ordering turned on, or Y sort. The Y sort origin is set to 0 pixels. Y sort enabled is on. So Y sorting is on. Now, supposedly you're able to edit each individual tile, and I can't remember how to do that for sure, but you can specify where you want the Y sort location to be. And I had it working at one point. Maybe I broke it, or maybe I just never had it working in the first place. Is it just, or does Artindi give off wise old man vibes and the vibe of a 21-year-old all at the same time? It could be. Maybe the gambling ability, you use a slot machine and get a new ability. That might be fun. Cool idea. People throwing out ideas. Add gambling. We need gambling. We need microtransactions. Artindi is wise. He's like Sensei Wu from game dev. Appreciate that. Okay, so the Y ordering though is broken, and I can't remember how to fix it. I think, can you just, no, I don't know. That's on the tiles. Let's go pattern, terrains. How do I edit it? Tile set. Oh, here it is. So somewhere here, we should be able to edit the Y sorting. Let's see, what if we select this guy? Animations, rendering, C index, Y sort is -12. What does that mean? What does -12 mean? I wonder if I turn Y sort off on everything, does it just turn it off altogether? Let me see. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm behind it. Oh, see, at the 50% mark of the whole tile set, it swaps. See that? Boop. So Y sorting is still working even when I turned it off. Yeah, I don't understand that. How did I open that? Where was that spot where I was editing that stuff? Patterns, terrain, nope. Where to go? Shoot. How did I get there? Pattern. Oh, it's down here. Tile set. That's a little weird. And I can't remember what this is supposed to do. Occlusion layer. Yeah, everything has most everything has occlusion layer. What does the 12 do? Is it like 12 up the side? But that's obviously not working because I don't understand it. Does anybody actually know how to make this work? It is relaxing, like ASMR. Oh, well, you're welcome. That's what we've been asking for. I just watched a streamer. He had over 1K watchers, and now I'm here with 11. Thanks for showing me the ratio. Talking about nonsense and watching a man trying to make a game. Yeah, pure joy. I've been on a binge of country music, and I think it's because I listened to the house building song from RDR2. Yeah, I don't know what that is. All right, out of the 8 people that are in chat, do you guys understand the Y sorting on a tile set? Because I don't. When you die, you get a pop-up telling you to subscribe to Artindi. That might be good. I know there's a way to actually link like websites in your game, so you can just click a button in game and it'll take you somewhere. So I could set up like a link to my YouTube channel through the game. So it'll just open your browser and take you there if you click on the button. Bum ba dump, bum bum ba dump, ba ba da ba dum bum. RDR2 equals Red Dead. Oh yeah, okay, I did know that. I did know that. That's right. Do they play country music in that? Isn't it more like an orchestral music? See, I don't know how to do the Y sorting. I watched the tutorial and I thought I followed it, but I guess not. Maybe that's something I'll have to do off screen because I don't even know where to begin. I thought I'd tackle it a little bit on stream, see if anybody in the stream knew what it was, but I guess probably not. Do you like to rearrange the tiles to be up? Huh? Do I like to rearrange the tiles to be up? I'm not quite sure if I follow. There's only this many tiles. It's 9 plus 4. There's only 13 tiles because I have all the tiles built are too thick. Unless I made more. Oh no, I do have more. These are like the inside tiles. Okay, yeah, I lied. Yeah, I got plenty of tiles. Yeah, full tile set, I think. So that's fun. Unless I didn't. That's all. Unless I didn't. Yeah, I can't remember, and I don't want to mess it up. Let's see. Is this endpoint tool? Add polygon tool. Expand editor. Delete points tool. Yeah, no. But this red is supposed to be the occlusion layer, the terrain. Oh man, yeah, I have no idea. I don't want to mess it up though because then I'll have to fix it. So maybe we'll tackle that some other day. Do you like rearrange the tiles to be up is what I meant to say. Do you like rearrange the tiles to be up? I still don't understand. I'm not sure what you mean. Do I like rearrange the tiles to be up? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what you mean. I don't know what Y sorting is. Oh, I kind of explained it. So Y sorting is when, see, do I have any games that shows Y sorting? Well, Factorio actually would have Y sorting in it. Most top-down games are going to have Y sorting. Maybe a good example would be, actually Stardew Valley is a good example. Here, we'll play Stardew Valley real quick. I'll show you. W sorting. Z sorting is when you have layers So this is Y, this is X. Z is when things are on top of each other from the perspective of the camera. So like these clouds would be a lower Z layer than these mountains. Load. So a demonstration of Y sorting is in order. Once we load, it's taking an age. Oh no, Artindi is going to get distracted again. Now this is important. This is very important. Actually, here we could show it with these tiles, or not quite, because we don't have anything to stand in front of. Okay, so here's a chest. See the chest? If I stand in front of it, my sprite is in front of the chest. If I stand behind it, my sprite is behind the chest. And so these two sprites, you have to decide which one's going to be in front of the other based on how far up the screen you are. So if my sprite is higher than this sprite, then my sprite will be displayed behind it. And if it's lower than that sprite, then my sprite will be displayed in front of it. And that's called Y sorting. It's mostly just for top-down 2.5 games, similar to Stardew Valley or other games like that. And so what I'm having a problem with is my tile set, which would be similar to this. Like this is a tile set probably that makes the borders of the house. When I stand here, my sprite is appearing in front of that. And when I stand here, sometimes my sprite is appearing behind it. And so that's what I'm running into. It's dark. Yes, black. We can't see. Understand. I understand it now, though. Yeah. Was that a pretty good explanation? I nailed it. Nailed that explanation. Look at my farm. I haven't been here for a long time. Look at all that stuff cooking. Yeah, I have to play this game again sometime. Make some progress. But anyway, that's how that works. And so mine is not working. And here's the interesting thing is it is working. See, I'm in front of it right here. But then if I go a certain distance upward, or wait, is it just going to work now? What the heck? Did I fix it or something? Oh, see, look, see my shoulders in front of it. Yeah, let's come up here. Yeah, see, I should be able to be in front of it right there. And I should be in front of it on the walls and the top. And then right here, see, it's not working there. And then, okay, and then it flips. Yeah, so check this out. At a certain point in each section, if I move high enough up, it flips. And that's because it's decided, oh, okay, you're now higher up than the tile set. But it's taking the entire tile set into account instead of each individual tile. So in a section, you have something that looks like this, right? So here's the whole tile set. And so when my character passes this halfway point on the tile set, then all of a sudden I'm behind the whole tile set. But when I'm below that point, I'm in front of the whole tile set. So he failed at failing. Oh, hey, it's back. But are we on black screen for a while? Did I go black screen? Brother, the screen is black. Oh, no. That's not good. Are we fine now, or can you just hear me? What made it go black? Was it a good description of Y sorting? Everybody fade to black at some point. The sword swings are so majestic. Oh, you can see it now? Wonder what made it do that. Is it because when I ran the game, did it just go black? I was showing you all that the whole time and it's just black. Does it look okay now? Right? I think it's still, yeah, I think it's displaying. Yes, black is gone. Only while you played Stardew. Oh, while I was playing Stardew Valley, it was black? That's awkward. Well, sorry about that. That whole time I was in Stardew Valley, you guys just listened to my voice. Well, anyway. Anyway, I don't know what's causing it. I have suspicions. Somehow it's like taking the entire tile set and doing the Y sort. And I wonder if I can I wonder if I just have to turn Y sort off for that whole tile set. Why is it didn't like something? The tile map node is depicted as it's superseded by the use of multiple tile map layer nodes. To convert a tile map to a set of tile map layer nodes, open the tile map bottom panel with the node selected. Click the tile box icon in the top right corner and choose Extract Tile Map Layers, Individual Tile Map Node. The tile map layer is set as Y sorted, but Y sort is not enabled on the tile map node itself. Interesting. What if we were to do that here? Let me run this. Actually, let's do it in the test scene. Wall tiles, let's turn that off. What's nice about here is we can mess with it a little bit. We go like this. There, now we have something to experiment with. And then the halfway point is right there, so we'll make another one down here. And we'll pull these back. Those back. Okay, we'll make one above the halfway point and below the halfway point, which I believe is, well, it's somewhere in here. Okay, one of those will work. Let's see. I'm below it and below it. Am I just always going to be below it? Now I'm above it. Yeah, here's the halfway point. Right at that spot that I can't. Let's see. If we remove these. What? Why can't I fix it? What happened? Tile map. Okay, there we go. So if we get rid of those, we should, as I pass this literal halfway point, then it switches. Watch. Petition for Artindi to make ASMR. I mean, I won't do it on purpose, but if it happens, yeah, see, right there. Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter if I have the Y sort enabled on or not, which is really weird. It's so weird. I don't get it. Tile map. Yeah, I'm so confused. I've tried to tackle this in the past too, and it's been not good. You could make the player hitbox bigger. I could make it bigger, but it's already, the player hitbox is already pretty balanced, and so what would work better is if the Y sort just worked on the tile set. And I know it's supposed to work because you can enable it on individual tiles, as we can see here. If you select like this tile, for example, or maybe select it, then there's the Y sort origin, and I'm not sure what the origin means. I'll probably have to watch a tutorial because I changed it to -12. Let's see if we select a different one. That one's set to -10, and this one is set to -13. I'm not sure. I think that's like how many pixels from one side or the other. See, and these ones are 10, 10, 10. That one's 23 because I don't know why that one's 23. That one's 10, and I think all these are just zeros because they don't really matter because your character won't ever get close enough to them to interact with them. So I did set those, and I set them for a reason because it worked at one point, but then something changed or I changed something and I don't understand it. And I'm gonna freak out. Add emotes. Just remove the tiles, bruh. Just remove the tiles. Just get rid of them. You know what? We're just gonna throw the game out. Like this, obviously this is just game breaking. It's awful. Nobody likes it. And it's just not worth completing the game now because every once in a while the character's shoulder is going to appear behind the wall, which is right. Oh, see, okay, now it's working. What the heck? What? I didn't change anything, I swear. What? I mean, we have it recorded. It's on stream. I think I need to change the collision shape for the bottom of these, though, because I'm like walking on the wall right there. Do you see that? Okay, but we have evidence on stream that I didn't change anything. You saw. I changed nothing. Now it's working. What? What? What's going on? Just remove the shoulder. I didn't do anything. It is fixed. That's how code works. Every copy of Godot is personalized. Yeah, this one's personalized to make me go crazy. I don't get it. Why would it do that? Why would it just work now? What happened? Octopusatron. It's probably a Godot issue. I mean, it could be, but you guys saw that. I didn't change anything, and now it's like, yes, sir, it's gonna work now. We heard you complaining, and so it's fixed. I turned Y-sort off and turned it back on. Is that all I need to do? I'd have to do that for every single section, though. Oh, that's navigation. Y-sort. Enabled, disabled. I don't understand. Just delete Godot. Yeah, that's the solution. This isn't working. I'm gonna just delete Godot. I'm gonna throw my computer away. I'm gonna go live off grid. We're done with everything. Just take the most extreme route. I'm gonna go live off grid by a lake in Canada. We're done. Actually, that'd be awful. It gets cold in Canada. We can't do that. Just quit and start doing interpretive dancing. I probably should. I'll just take up interpretive dance, because obviously this just isn't, like, it's broken and then it fixes all by itself and I didn't do anything to fix it. Should we mark it off? I fixed it, right? Let's see. Let's play a course. It's got to be something that I did with the individual tile set, because I didn't change the overall tile set. Yeah, see, I'm behind it here. Behind where I shouldn't be, and then it's going to be poof, I'm in front. Behind, front, behind. So that didn't fix. It fixed in the test scene, but not in the main scene. So can we fix it in this main scene by turning Y, disabling it, and then re-enabling it? 'Cause that's all I did. Pretty sure that's all I did. Tile map, tile set. I selected a few of these randomly and looked at this number. Is that what I needed to do? Just select a few of those. Now disable and enable that again. Now let's see. I'm still waiting to add the pizza ending. Nope. Did nothing. I don't understand. This is still freaking out, though. Why is it freaking out? A tile map layer is set as Y-sorted, but Y-sort is not enabled on the tile map node itself. Yep, but it is. What you talking about? Maybe we close it and open it again. Course. No, it's still broken. Node configuration warning. The tile map node is depicted as it is superseded by the use of multiple tile map layer nodes. To convert a tile map to a set of tile map layer nodes, open the tile map bottom panel with the node selected. Click the toolbox icon in the top right corner. What toolbox icon? What you talk about? To convert a tile map set to a tile map layer node, open the tile map bottom panel with this node selected. Okay, this node is selected. We'll unselect it. Select it again. Oh wait, is this a tile set or tile map? Tile map. Okay, my bad. Tile map. Okay, and then it says click on the toolbox icon. This thing automatically replace the tiles with proxies. Extract the tile map layer to individual tile map nodes. What? Click. Oh wait, and then I gotta do something else. What does it say to do? It says click the toolbox icon on the top right corner. Extract tile map layers as individual tile map layer nodes. Okay, let's do it. Extract tile map layer individual tile map layer nodes. Is that all I need to do? Is that it? Did we do it? Did we solve all the issues? World hunger? It's over? No. No, it's a big fat lie. Stupid. What did we even do then? Like, what the heck? Oh, see, but it is off now. What if I turn it back on? Is that gonna fix it? I don't know what's going on. It's fixed now. What is this? Okay, for anybody out there who thought I was a professional game dev, you were wrong. You're so wrong. Gosh, the game that was made by only one person, except for the parts that weren't. Yeah. That's what I should advertise it as. It's always being a flip-flop like that, unless you add custom code to fade it. Ugh, it's so stupid. But that's just that one. I think I have to go and do that to every single one of these, because now we're gonna come up into this new section at the halfway point, which is right there. Let's kill these so we can look at it undisturbed. Get out of here. Go away. Go away. Nobody likes you. Right. So here I'm above the wall, and then it goes behind. I don't know which section it is, but I think I have to go to every single section and do whatever it is that I did, which apparently is turn that off, follow the instructions here, and then turn it back on. Or maybe just like push buttons until something works, I guess. Game dev is 90% problem solving in my limited experience. It sure is, but then also 5% of those 90% is not understanding the problem at all, clicking random buttons, and then somehow it works. So maybe the real time maps were the pizza we made along the way. That yeah, I think so. Maybe the real pizza is the cost we tiled along the way. That could be it too, actually. Either one of those, honestly. Carl likes pizza. He sure does. That Carl guy, silly little Carl guy. This art tile set reminds me of the game Heat Signature. I've heard the title. I can't remember off the top of my head what game that is, but I'm gonna trust you. Okay, we know how to fix it, but I don't think we're gonna do that on stream, because that seems like some really boring crap. Because we have to go through 20-something sections to do that, so we're not gonna do that on stream. I'll do that some other time. It's not super important though. It's just like a little visual effect that annoys me. By the way, it is kind of problematic though, having like a huge sword and smaller tiles, because even when it is fixed, which I will show you right here. When I swing my sword right next to a wall, you can see the sword appears behind the wall. So probably what I need to do is, for all the sword sprites, I need to turn off wire layering and only have wire layering on my character, because that way the sword can appear above everything no matter what, which is kind of ridiculous that your sword just swings into the wall, but yeah, that's how it's gonna work. It might be better to swing like not into the wall like that, but then it looks like it's behind it, and that looks stupid too. So I think it'll look better in front. It's really ridiculous, but who cares? I think that's an easy fix we can do real quick. because it's just right here. Sword sprite, ordering. It's not enabled. I don't know why it would care. Can I override the Y sort somehow and just say it's always on top? Or what if I change the Z index? If we always want it to be on top, then we could just like make it like 500. It'll always be on top. Turn off Z as relative. Let's find out. Above, above, above. Yep, it's above. It's above everything. Well, we keep getting like, it feels like the same rooms over and over. Okay, now it's always above, and that looks better. Easy fix. I wish there was something to mark off on the checklist and we could feel good about ourselves. Here, Artindi, what's your opinion on mixels? I don't know what those are, so I guess I don't have an opinion. Never heard of it. Use ChatGPT. It has a 1% chance it might work. It does, actually. It's a very low % chance if you do a bunch of code with ChatGPT that anything will work at all. But it's great for like just little teeny tiny chunks of code. Or if you need code explained, that works too. It can read code pretty decently. Because I've read code, I'm like, I don't know what that. I kind of can guess what it means, but then if I just copy paste the code into ChatGPT and say, what does this do? Then it's like, it does blah blah blah. Most of the time it's right. Here's a thematic relevant game. Well, actually, you can prove it's right because it doesn't just say this is what it does. It breaks it down line by line and says this line does this, this line does this. And when it does that, it makes it just a lot easier for, like, I already had an idea of what it was going to do, but when I read it that way, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see. I fully understand now with the guidance, the breakdown of ChatGPT. You're a game dev and you don't know Mixels. I'm sorry, I do not know Mixels. Do you use normal maps? I would like to. In fact, I designed this game with normal maps in mind. This game is built for normal maps, but I just haven't actually implemented them. So, yeah. And the game will likely launch without normal maps, but it's something that I could add later. So, I love normal maps, though. The ideas of March. Oh no, that's not what it says. The Ides of March. I want to say ideas, but there's no, like, that's not how you spell ideas. The Ides of March. Cool name. I use normal maps. Oh, good. Yeah, normal maps are pretty awesome. I made a tutorial on how to do normal maps in Godot, and there's more efficient ways, but if you're just looking for a quick, easy, lazy way to do it through a sprite, then my tutorial's not bad. And a lot of people actually enjoyed that tutorial because I explained how normal maps can be implemented in Godot in a pretty simple way, even if you use a different method. There's a bunch of built-in ways through like Blender and all sorts of other things, but a lot of times you just gotta eyeball it and do it by hand. No, you might as well just search up the definition. Okay, all right, we'll look it up. We'll look it up. I'll humor you. What's it called? Mixels. Am I gonna regret this? I'm not doing it on screen because people suggest looking up really dangerous things. Were they like Legos or something? What is this? Little game. Mixels wiki fandom. Here's what we got. Mixels. Looks like they're Lego kind of things, and then you can play trading cards with them, and also video game. Weird. It's interesting though. Looks like it could be fun, but I guess I don't really have an opinion still, even now that I know what it is. Still the Lego things? Yeah, I think so. Or the non-square pixels. No, you might as well just search. Okay, I looked it up. Search up Mixels pixel art. Mixels pixel art concept. Ugh. Mixels pixel art concept. People are drawing pixels in pixel art. Cool. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't, it's alright. I'm not that interested because I'm just not into it, I guess. But maybe if I got invested in the game, but I'm not. So to me, it just looks like pixel art. Weird pixel art. Pixel art of Lego pieces. Cool, I guess. Look up Mixels versus Pixels. What? It's Mixels, not... It's Mixels, not Mixels. No capital M. If it's the start of a sentence, it would be capitalized. It's not those, he says. I don't know what it is then, because that's what it is. I looked it up. That's what it says. Did I spell it wrong? No, I spelled it right. Mixels versus Pixels. It's the same stuff. I'll look up Mixels versus Pixels. Same thing. What are you guys talking about? I think he's talking about Mixels as in pixel art that doesn't align correctly with the grid, so conflicting pixel sizes. No, I heard him. He said Mixels versus Pixels, and I looked it up. Stop using Mixels. What are Mixels? Here's a post on it. They say no. They don't give examples. Here's somebody responding. Why does everybody hate Mixels? Let's see. What is a Mixel in pixel art? In pixel art, a pixel of incoherent and inconsistent size when compared with the rest of the artwork as a whole. Yeah, I have that in my game actually, but not compared with its own artwork, compared with other things that are on top. For example, this arm is this size of pixel, whatever size you want to call that, and then the little button that slides across in the end room is a different scale, but I think it's fine. Nobody's gonna care. So if I select two things, it opens, and these pixels are technically smaller than these ones, which is considered bad pixel art design, but I don't care. It's for just this one thing. I might have it in a few other spots, but yeah. Oh well. Do I have it here anywhere? Technically I do. The UI is a different pixel ratio than the background, so it's not perfectly lined, or pixel size, I suppose. So finally, he says, what's my opinion on them? I don't care, as long as it doesn't look stupid. There might be like diehard people about pixel art who say you can't do that, otherwise it's bad. But I think as long as it looks good, then it doesn't look bad. That's what I think. You talked about it in one of your videos. I did talk about it in one of my videos. Ideally, you don't want to have it, but if it looks good, it doesn't matter, especially in video games. As long as it's passable, if it doesn't distract from the game, then it works. Art in video games should enhance the game. It shouldn't distract from it. And so if your art is distracting or making it more difficult to play the game, then it's bad. If it makes it easier to play the game and communicates clearly, then it's good. And so whatever kind of art you decide to use, no matter how quality it is or not, it won't matter as long as it makes the game better. That's the only measurement really for art in video games, is if it enhances the game versus distracts from gameplay or makes it worse somehow. As long as it looks good and it doesn't look bad. Yeah, exactly. That is a direct quote from me. June 19th, 2025. As long as it looks good and it doesn't look bad. I hate the Mixels in Stardew Valley. Oh, does he have a lot of them in Stardew Valley? I see, and I haven't noticed. Maybe if somebody pointed out, then I'd be like, oh, look at that. But I haven't ever noticed, so it doesn't bother me. Bullen Boy Grah, I'm even more angry. Don't be angry. Be happy. All right. Now what should we do? What should we do? So we figured out that this is going to need to be done. No. Yeah, this one. That's going to need to be done off camera. Okay, what if we just made a bunch of levels, add more rooms? What if we just did that? Then we could just chill, chat, talk about whatever. Maybe for an hour. We'll see how many we can get done. What do you guys think? Do you want to do that, or should we try to? Should we do that, or try to implement the cutscene animations? We'll do a vote. Do either one of those. Engage with your audience. Let me pull this down. Pew. Engage. Start a poll. What shall we do next? Question mark. We can do. I forgot what they were already. Add cutscene animations, or create more level sections and chill. Too many text and hang. There, I can say that. Because this is going to be just mostly me just doing that and you guys trying to distract me. And this one will be adding the actual cutscenes, which are pretty dope cutscenes. So either one of these I'd be happy with. Both of them could be very interesting to do. So here we go. Start the poll. How many songs do we need before the playlist is ready? Probably just one or two more, I think. Are you getting bored? You're like, man, there's no music. This sucks. This stream sucks. I hate it. Yeah, just one or two more, and then I'll pull a bunch of songs from Void Titan, and we can play those. And I have some other songs too that exist that we could just add to the playlist as well. All songs that I've made. I've made quite a few songs in Bosca Sea Oil, but they're I don't know. Chiptune's okay. That's not my favorite. Is there music in Cost? There is, or there will be. Right now there is not. It does not exist in the game. I've written the main song that will play when you're playing through the game, but currently that's all there is. Let's save that. What's cool though is as you lose your abilities, it'll be 7. When you play through with all your abilities, you'll get one version of the song, and then each time you lose an ability, you get a different version of the exact same song. So I've written the same song 7 times, and each time is more intense. And so on your last run through, the song will be like really crazy and intense. And so, yeah, but it's the differences in how intense it is are really small between runs. So potentially you won't. If I pointed it out, so you would notice. But if you didn't know anything about the game and you're just playing it, you might not notice unless you can get far enough in. You'll notice the contrast from when you were just playing and starting over, and you'd be like, oh, it's chill all of a sudden. But because it builds gradually, you might not notice. So, or you will. Who knows? Please don't put those songs. Please don't put those songs and replace them with bad music. Okay. Why? Also, what plugin did you use to get the instruments in LMMS? I forgot. It's called Spitfire Labs. So, yeah, look it up. Spitfire Labs. It works pretty good. That's not it. Get out of here. Type too many things. LMMS. Spitfire Labs Audio, or Spitfire Audio Labs, or something like. Just look up Spitfire and then look up Labs after that. They have a lot of things you can. Well, I guess this would be a new one, won't it? Clear this track. Remove track, not clear. Remove track. Remove track. And that's with the VSTs. I watched enough tutorials to figure out how to use VSTs, and then that's pretty much all I've learned about LMMS. I'm sure there's a whole lot more you could do with it, but I watched tutorials until I could figure out how to make some songs, and then I stopped. I didn't watch enough to actually get good at it. Also, what plugin did you use to get the instruments? Oh, I already answered that, didn't I? It would be funny. What would be funny? Please don't. Oh, just to put in stupid music instead. Hello there. Hey, what's up, Ma? All right, I wrote it down. Good idea. Here, I'll show what they look like. They've changed it recently too. On my old computer, the Spitfire audio plugins looked differently than it does now. Oh, what did I do? I just typed in LMMS. I'm an idiot. Let's see. There, VST plugins, Labs is the one. It's kind of, they put it in a weird spot. When I first downloaded it, it took me like a few hours to actually find where it was. So let's see. Gotta log in. Artindi. Yeah, it's going weird. There we go. What's great about it though is you could get tons of tracks. You can also pay for some. So there's a lot that you can subscribe for. I think you pay like a monthly amount and you have access to a whole bunch more. But they have a bunch of free ones as well. And there's a free full orchestra that you can get somewhere. I don't think it's through this same source, but you can download just a VST plugin that is a full orchestra. And it looked pretty dope, the bit that I saw. And oh wait, let's see. I thought there's a spot where you could search all packs. Oh yeah, right here. So then you can say, give me only the free ones, and then all these ones are stuff that you can just download for free. You just need space on your computer, I suppose. And then, yeah, textural pad, and they have like little samples. The tricky thing with VSTs is when you listen to the sample, it sounds like you can do a whole lot more than what they show. The sample always sounds really good, obviously, but often the instruments will be limited to just a song that sounds like the one you listened in the sample to. That was a bad sentence, but hopefully you understood. Oh, music box. See, and this one would be fine because these are just really simple notes. But a lot of these, like this one, the song that they use for a sample sounds really good. But many of these instruments are unusable outside of a song that sounds just like this one. Anyway, I might have to get music box. Where'd that go? Where'd music box go? There it is. Download. Heck yeah. What a deal. Handbells. Nah. Pedal pad? What's this? Add music box to one endings. Could be good. Hi Artindi, just a quick message to tell thanks to you and your vids. It helped me keep motivated and focused with my own project, even it's not the main attention at first. Well, thanks, Bob Games. How's it going? Welcome to my stream. Glad to hear that my videos were helpful. I'd always love to hear when somebody oh, that's so loud. When somebody messages and said, "Oh, I loved this or that," or "Thank you so much. It helped me do whatever it is." It makes my day. I love hearing that. Much better than the other comments that I get sometimes. There's some really dumb comments out there. It's amazing. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I saw a comment just recently, and it was like the stupidest thing. I can't remember now. Oh, well. I tried to look it up, but since we posted that last video, I can't find any most recent comments because it's been drowned. That last video has been doing really good. All right, what are we doing? Add cutscene animation. 80% want to do the cutscene animation. Are there anybody else that wants to vote? But it looks like, I don't know if it matters. 80% versus 20%. Oh, there's only been 10 votes though, so we could flip it. Like, it'd only take, what, 8 votes to, or less than that. It'd take 6 votes to tie. So, I can't make video games, so I watch game dev videos to compensate. Yeah, that's fair. Plus, you can just play video games. Like, lots of people want to make video games, but you know what's funner sometimes is playing them. Or just commission somebody else. Like, after you're rich, commission somebody else to make the video game that you have always wanted to play. Just be like, here's my idea, now make it so. And then throw money at them. How to fail at making a live stream? That's me. Yep. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream, President Luther. What? We don't make dumb comments? Not all the time. There are some people, like, and they're trying to be mean too. Like, you can tell that they're intentionally trying to be mean. And what I find to be funny is when people do that, I'll intentionally respond as if they were well wishing me, like if they were trying to help me, you know? Like, I know they're actually trying to be mean, but I'll respond as if that they were being the nicest person ever, and just be like, "Oh, thank you so much for this feedback," even though they're like being downright mean. I'll just be like, "Wow, you're probably right. This," and it probably irritates them. It'll either make them realize how mean they were trying to be, or it will irritate them. Either way, works for me. I can't make oh wait, I already read that. I prefer to work on coding parts of projects before art and music. Yeah, everybody's got a preference for certain things. I like a little bit of everything. I like I like the coding part, but just as much I like doing the art. I'm pretty well rounded in what I can do as well as what I enjoy doing, and so I don't know. It's kind of a bad thing too because I'm not super good at any one thing, but at the same time, I can do all the things. But yeah, I want to make school game. What does that mean? Artindi is a... Oh, how rude. How rude. I'm still waiting to find someone who needs a composer. Are you putting yourself out there? Yeah, we're sticking at 80%, so I guess that's what we're going to do. I'm going to end the poll. End the poll. Poll completed with 10 votes. We got add cutscene animations and at 80%. So that's probably what we'll do. All right, how are we going to do that? That's the real question. That's the real question. We'll probably make a new scene, and we'll call this scene cut. Oh wait, we'll call it cut scene animation. There we go. We're gonna change it. Well, actually, I don't know. How do we want to do this? We could just do animated sprite. Like, why not? If it doesn't work, it's not that hard to do something different. Cutscene animation. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the file from somewhere. Open up my files. It's gonna be in it's in my downloads. Okay, here's the animation. Plunk. Okay, so we're going to need 2 animations. One is going to be the running up to the entering, right up to here. So it's going to be 46 frames. And then the other one is going to be the chip taking, checking, sticking, and tank, and zoom in. So the running and entering will play up until the end room scene. So you get the arm lifting up, and then it will correspond directly with the arm lifting up in game. And then after you make your selection of who you're going to save with which chip, then it will show this animation of you extracting the chip and using it. So yeah, so we're just going to save these. What size are these images, by the way? They are 384 by 216. That is double 1/10 of 1080p. I did my math real fast. Please make an option to skip cutscenes if you have not already. No offense, but having to rewatch cutscenes over and over again, that's fair. We can do that. That's not going to be hard at all. I wonder how we're going to do this though. Let's see. Yeah, it should be fine. So let's export this. Export as. We're going to add it to choose file. We're going to add it to cost. It's going to be, we'll just make a new folder completely. New folder, cutscenes. And then in the cutscenes, we're going to do another new folder. New folder, enter animation. And in enter animation, we're going to do enter animation. Oh shoot, this isn't going to work. Hang on, because we only want to export these frames. So we don't want to do all frames. We want to do, oh, we can do it by tag. That's cool. Running plus the other one. Maybe we can just export each one at a time. Oh, we can do selected frames. Okay, so that means I need to actually select the frames. So we're gonna, oops, don't move that, crap. Okay, select those frames. File, export as, we gotta choose file again. But now I have a made cutscenes, enter animation, and it's gonna just be called the enter animation, I think. Or no, enter animation, not end, enter animation, capitalized. We'll export as a PNG file. Save. 100%, yeah, it should be fine. Yes, agree. Exporting. Add a cutscene where Carl cost says it's costing time and starts costing all over the place. That would be pretty fun. I'd have to pay more money because I didn't animate this myself. I'd have to pay Creo Master to animate that. I'll just send him that message, be like, hey Creo, can you animate the main character, who apparently is now named Carl Cost, saying it's costing times and start costing all over the place? And he'll be like, sure thing. I'm sure I'll understand what that means perfectly. We're ruining Sock's friend's innocence. I don't know. Well, I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't think that's anything dirty or anything, so we're probably fine. Please make the option to skip cuts. I already read that. When is how to fail at UI? That is still in the works. But how's it going, Pixel Duck? Welcome to the stream. That's still in the work. I've been focusing on getting my game done, and I had to do Pixelmania, and I had to do all these other things, and those animation projects, and just everything going on. It's crazy. Yeah, it takes a lot of work. By the way, it just to show how much work it takes, every How to Fail episode, almost every How to Fail episode introduces about 70 to 120 new images that I have to draw by hand. So it's a lot. It takes a lot of work. So not only do I have to write the script, but then I also have to draw all those 70 to 120 images. And then some of them I have to be animated in the whatever it's called, in the video editor. So then I have to import all those images into the video editor after recording my voice, get all the timing right, add the music, which that part doesn't take quite as long as the drawing part. The drawing all the individual sprites takes a very long time. Yeah, and be sarcastic. So I have to. That's the other challenge. I have to write it all. So I'm teaching something through sarcasm. So it's like reverse teaching. So I have to teach something, and then I have to make sure that what I'm saying is actually teaching something, but then also be sarcastic and entertaining. Which, it's not that hard, but it can take a lot of thought. And if I talk about things that are too hard for me to draw, then I have to rewrite the script. So I don't actually record the script until I have all the art drawn, because often I'll write a script, start drawing, and find I just can't draw the joke that I thought I could deliver, or certain parts, and so then I have to scrap the joke, rewrite something else completely, and yeah, it takes a lot of work. The fastest I've ever done one of those, or at least all the images, is in one day, and I don't know, I got lucky that day, but I spent like the whole day. Somehow I didn't get distracted. Somehow I was able to I just constantly knew what to draw, and it was kind of amazing. But most of the time it takes like a week or 2 weeks to just draw everything, of pretty much nonstop. Well, not completely, but it's a lot of time, and it's a lot of thought. That's what takes the longest. It's not the actual drawing. The actual drawing isn't a lot, because if you'll notice in my How to Fail series, the art isn't anything special. It's kind of just pretty lazy. And so, yeah, it's the thinking of how to draw what those are, and how to make them look good, and how to make them be somewhat funny, and fit the vibe and all that stuff. So every once in a while there'll be a more complex drawing, just so that it delivers a certain joke. Like I've joked about certain things. I can't even remember any particular jokes, but I've drawn things at much higher detail just to make it stand out and be funny. But yeah, they do take a lot of work. I do want to make more of them, but right now I need to get my game done first, and so that's been taking the priority. So, how did you get the colored labels in Aseprite? I have no idea. I didn't make this. Remember, I hired Creo to draw this for me, and he put those on. So yeah, I'm sure there's a tutorial out there somehow, but apparently they're called tags, because when I went to export, I had the I had the option to export the tags. So maybe Google how to add tags to Aseprite animations, and I'm sure you'll find a tutorial. But yeah. I'm currently making a slideshow for Artindi about musical concepts, so I don't gouge my eyes out while we're making music. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I will read through that slideshow and enjoy it, and then probably still refer to everything incorrectly. But I still appreciate your effort. All right. Okay, that's exported. It's in here now. Whew, you see that loading in? So it's going to be the enter animation right here in this folder. Boom. Look at all those. That's a lot of frames. Now this might be a dumb way to do this. Oh, did it do every single frame? Oh, it did. That's okay. Okay, cutscene animation, animation, new animation. This might be a really dumb way to do this. It's probably better just to make a little video and upload a MP3 or MP4 instead of all these PNGs. Okay, we're gonna say enter animation. No, let's see. We'll call it enter. That's a little easier, because this is called cutscene. And well, yeah, cutscene animation. Okay, so we're gonna do. What's this one? It's just blank. Okay, so it did export every single little frame. So we're gonna take that. And how many was it? We got to click 40 of these. There should be a way to like, yeah, nope. You can only do one at a time. Lame. Da 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 da. It's okay. I know how to move a mouse and press the mouse button. I'm an expert at pressing mouse buttons. Okay, how many frames did I need? 46. -1, so I need 45. 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, one more. I can see it right there. 46. Okay, and we're just gonna drop them in right there. There we go. Nailed it. First try. Transform. Offset. We want the offset to be centered. No, we want it to be in the corner. Or maybe we do. I don't know. So now if we play this, it's going to play really slow because we got 5 frames a second. Not going to work. We need to set that to 12 frames a second. Now it's too fast. We need to set it to 8 frames a second. Now it's too slow. We're going to set it to 10 frames a second. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe it needs to be 9 frames a second. Yeah, probably 9 frames. That's such an odd number. That's weird. Oh well, who cares? Right. Right. Now, when the end room scene starts, it starts out dark and fades in. We need it to not do that. And have this play first somehow. Let's save this. We're going to put it in cutscenes, cutscene animation, dot scene. Yeah, well, cutscene enter animation is what it should be called, but we'll just leave it. It'll be cutscene animation, and then the other one will call it cutscene animation 2. I'm currently making. Oh, I already read that. Is Rasping Python the game's composer? He is not. I am the game's composer, much to Rasping Python's dismay. Because I can't afford a composer. I can hardly afford an animator for just like the 6.5 seconds of animation that I purchased. Theory, Carl is Herobrine. Could be. Look at his white eyes. Okay, what am I doing? You guys are the worst. Why do I work on stream? It's because I actually get stuff done when I work on stream. So then I don't get distracted by working on other things or not working at all. Believe it or not, as slow as I am on stream, I'm actually more productive than if I wasn't streaming at all. Well, to some degrees. Some days I'm crazy productive, but this keeps me consistently productive on one project. How about that? If I'm not streaming, I go and work on other things, and I'll just work on what I want to work on instead of what I need to work on, which is not very good. Okay, good enough. We're going to save it, and we're going to import it into the end room. And we could extend this running animation if we wanted to, because it does repeat. But we're going to just use what it is for now and extend it later if we feel like we need to. Have you seen the Godot game Whip Sumo? I've not heard of Whip Sumo, but how's it going? Duck does nothing. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. I've never heard of it though. What's cool about it? Rasping Python, can you make music for my school game? He probably could. He's been wanting to do that, although he says I'll do it for free. He'll do it for free. Well, okay. That might depend, because I have already written the song for the main play through part of the game. I could show that, and if you can make songs that have a similar vibe, or at least carry the same... No, I don't want to say that, because I don't want to get your hopes up and then be like, nah, I don't like your music and not play it. So I'm gonna say no. Maybe I'll use your skills in the future, because what I'd like to do is get like mini teams together and just coordinate them and just be like, okay, you make music, you code, you do art, and you do whatever this other thing is. And so I'm going to put you four together, and you're going to make this game. And then I'll make the game design, and I'll say, here's your parameters, here's what we need to have made, now make it. And then each of the people, like the coder will put the code together, the artist will make the art, and the coder and the artist will have to work together a little bit so that they can have the artwork, and then the music guy will make the music, and basically it'll just be a mini team to give people experience on how to make video games. And all they have to do is follow the design doc that I create for them to make whatever game that I've given them. Of course, with whatever creative input that they want to add. Hopefully just to give people experience. And so potentially I could do that in the future, and I could include Rasping Python as making the music, and there's other people who code but don't know how to make music or art, and so they struggle making games in that way. And so yeah, I could do the coordination of that stuff. The problem with that is a lot of people want to make the games that they want to make, and so it would be difficult, because I would say, here's the game we're going to make, and they'd be like, well, I actually want to make this. And it's like, well, I don't know, go make your own game then, I guess. I don't know, it's just a thought I've had. We'll see if we actually do anything like that. You sound like the type of person who would make a game for the bit and then let it get blown away out of proportion. Are you talking to Bowling Boy or me? Probably, I mean, yeah, I could see myself doing that. Although I do have a decent amount of self-control on keeping a game in scope. Well, sort of. We'll see how big this game gets. No, I've kept this in scope. It's still just a lot of work for how much it is. But I think future games I do need to outsource more. That way I can get it done faster. Like I outsource the cutscene, but I think other games, like I need to just be like, here's what I'm gonna make. I outsource a little bit of the code to say, here's the problem that I'm having with my code. I need you to make this so I can finish making the game. And then I outsource that, and then I could say, okay, I need the art. Here's an artist. I need you to make this art. Here's a musician. I need you to make this music. And then I could poop games out way faster. By the way, do you know how old I am? Or if I told you, would that change your opinion? Because I'm 15, so your choice. I actually, before you told me, I would have probably guessed teenager, just based on your tonality and the things you reference and the way you type. So, yeah, I'm decently perceptive at guessing those things. But no, that wouldn't change I wouldn't care about that. It doesn't matter. If someone is talented enough in a thing, I don't care. I'll hire people for whatever. So, as long as it's not illegal to hire them to make music, which most of the time it's not, so we're probably good. Okay, we're going to just implement that. Instantiate child scene. It's going to be the cut scene. Instantiate it in here. Look how teeny tiny it is. It's so small. Let's reset that. Where to go? Cutscene. Let's actually have it be centered because this scene is centered, so we do want it to be centered. Save it. I'll go back to the end room. There we go. Centered. Now we can just put this. We'll put this at the very top. Well, let's put it below camera. That makes sense. And then we will do a thingy, transform, we'll give it a Z layer of ordering, Z layer of 815. And then I believe if I change its scale by 3, then it will fit in this. Let's see. Yeah, fits perfectly. I nailed that, didn't I? Well, it's actually off a little bit. What the heck? Oh yeah, because I was going to change the coordinates to actual 0, 0. There we go. So, right as this scene starts, then we'll be able to see this. I might need to change this actually to like 20. Because I think the fade out, let's see, what's it called? It's called the transition screen. The transition screen has this black thing that fades in and out. I don't know what layer it's on. Yeah, who knows? I guess we'll just find out. So then, when in the end room, when this scene ends, we need it to disappear. So let's do node animation finished connect, and we're gonna say cutscene dot visible visible equals false. There. Nailed it. I think that's all I need. Let's see. Yeah, that's not working. Okay, we also have to have the animation play, of course. So on ready, transition fade in after 2 seconds, and we can actually start playing with the cutscene right away. Dot play enter. Okay, and let's try it from the course so we can see it full screen. And we're going to move the player in the course. Zoom out. Player. I'm going to move you to the end so we don't have to run through a whole run just to see this cutscene. All right. All right. Don't want to talk about my school game with Artindi around. Uh-oh. Think I'll judge you? Cool, it automatically paused the cutscene. Oh, but it's repeating. We can't have that. Cutscene animation, turn off repeat. Silly cutscene. Okay, let's try again. No, I made a joke on the. Okay, now I'm new to Godot. Would learning C# or C++ for Godot also help in following Unity and Unreal tutorials? Not necessarily. The structure between game engines is similar, but still quite distinct. Unity uses prefabs and Godot uses nodes, and those are basically the same thing, but they're different. They function a little bit differently, but they're both basically object-oriented programming. So it kind of work, but yeah, I don't know. The problem you're going to have with doing C# in Godot is there's a little bit less community, significantly less people use C# in Godot than they do GDScript, and so you're going to have a harder time if you run into obstacles because there's less posts about it and less feedback, less problems that people have overcome already and posted their results online, which is a large part of coding is running into problems and finding the solutions online. So no, I wouldn't. It depends on what you want to do. But knowing C# would be beneficial in coding industries in general, but at the same time, if you understand object-oriented programming, you can relatively quickly pick up the syntax of another language, especially because you could just have it open as a cheat sheet. Like, you don't have to memorize stuff. And so I would say using GDScript is not that bad because it's actually very similar to Python. In fact, it's based on Python. And so using GDScript will just give you more knowledge on coding in general, and will make it so you can probably use Python more efficiently. Like, I've been learning Python, and it just feels like it's super intuitive because I just understand it, because I've used GDScript plenty. So yeah, I don't necessarily recommend using C# when you can just use GDScript and basically no Python. And it doesn't really convert. I can't remember what language Unity uses. Is it C#? It probably is C#, but so it'd give you a small leg up if you wanted to switch between the two, but I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, I was learning Python and the switch was smooth. Yeah, exactly. So, but if you already know object-oriented languages, you could probably use either one. You're just going to have a harder time when you run into major bugs. So let's do a vote to see if the game should just be a repeating cutscene. Yeah, that's definitely worth voting for. Duck does nothing. He does. What do I do? Do nice animations. What software? Oh yeah, yeah. It's Aseprite. I'm using Aseprite for. I didn't actually make these animations. This was commissioned. So I was gonna make the animations, and then I realized that's a lot of work, and I just couldn't quite do it. Let's see if it transitions. Yeah, it did. Okay, now all we have to do is hold off this animation until after that animation is done. So let's exit, go to the code. On exit body, enter player physics process. No, is this the code? No, that's the wrong code. Here's the code. Okay. These are going to determine which cards have already been used. It's basically like an in-game save system. And same with this. This will queue free all of the people that you've already saved. And then here's the rise animation. So the rise animation needs to play after this. Okay, and then we'll just delete the rise animation from here. Saved, and let's check it out, see if it works. Here we go. That was a little slow, wasn't it? The arm needs to be like already halfway up by the time that starts. Because in the cut scene, you can see the arm already up. It'll just make it the transition a little bit better. So, how long is that? Can we just estimate it and make it work? Let's see. We enter and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we did like 5.5, we'll see if that works. We're just gonna eyeball it. That's the way I like to work. End room. Okay, so we're gonna move this back up there. And it's the last thing that happens in the ready function, right here. And look, we already have an await function ready for us. So we're just gonna say 5, oops. We're just gonna say 5.5. And we'll see how that looks. Sorry, I looked for my dog. She gave me a mini heart attack just now. Oh, is she missing or something? The hand kind of looks like he is checking the time. Yeah, because it's like it's on his wrist. This little armband at the bottom. That's what's supposed to be communicated when this works. Somebody joining the Discord. Hi everyone. I should set that to do not interrupt. So it's supposed to be a smooth transition as he raises his arm here. That timing was definitely off. So we'll have to set that to like 4.5 probably. Why did I think it would be 5.5? I just count slow. Guess it starts way sooner than that. Okay, we'll close that. It will reset this to 4.5. Subtract a second at a time until we get it right. Carl Cost is in a rush. He got places to be, man. Girlfriends to save. That was a little bit better. I think we can shave off a few more. Let's set like 4.1. We'll see. Maybe that's too much, but we'll find out. Also, let's see. A lot of people are saying stuff. Hey, get out of here. Full screen. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Whoop. What do you think? Is that smoother, or do we need to give it just a little bit more time? I feel like that was a little too fast. So let's give it like 4.2. Little things. Cutscene. We'll have to mute all those too, so that's annoying. What do you think? How'd that look? Is that a little bit better? To convey that he isn't checking the time, that last frame should stay on screen a little longer. To convey he isn't checking the time, you think the last screen should stay longer. Here, we can restart by doing this. Yeah, it was a little fast, wasn't it? So we can do that though. Cutscene animation. We can do that right here. It's frame number something. I think it's this frame. Nope. Delete that frame. This frame. Why is that frame there? What the heck? Oh, it's this frame. So we can hold this frame for 2 more frames. And likewise, we'll extend the time here to 3. and we'll check it out. Maybe the 2 extra frames, it will have a bit more time to land. Oh, hang on. Cutscene animation. We gotta reset the start frame to 0. Kind of silly that it does that. How's that look? Yes, the last frame of him leaving his having his forearm up. That's weird that it sets the start frame as, yeah, it's a little weird. Did that look a little bit better? I'll play it again. Everybody watch and tell me if you think it looks stupid or really good. And even if it looks stupid, just say it looks, no, just kidding. Tell me what you honestly think. That way we can try to make it look as good as possible. We don't need it to be perfect, we just need it to be passable. Yeah? Yeah? Good? Bad? Yes? No? Yay? Nay? We will make a school game together. You're in business now, huh? Glad I could make this happen. Is it possible to show the chips in the animation so it is a bit more obvious? Yeah, that could be possible. And I could add that myself. I wouldn't have to have Creo Master do that. I could just go through those last few frames and add a little bit of blue. So you're saying on these frames, starting probably here, because that's when you first see that brighter white line, and then that white line continues to be present. We could take that blue of the, like maybe this blue, and just add a little bit of texture right here. Looks like really random. We'll go to the next frame. The thing is, we don't know how many chips he still has when he gets to this point, but maybe it's alright. Because this same cutscene is going to play every time you save somebody. Let's do more than that. And so if you've already saved a bunch of people, you shouldn't have the chips still there. But maybe it doesn't matter. Are people going to forgive that little error in the continuity? Will they forgive this continuity mistake? What do you guys think? Plus there's only 6. There's supposed to be 7, but who's counting? Do you think that little bit of blue will help, though? It looks pretty good. My eye broke. Oh, I'm sorry. Your what? It was vibrating. What do you say about having a quick fade to black, fade in as a transition from the cutscene to the screen with the people? Potentially. Do you feel like it's just too abrupt? So it's supposed to be like this, and then it's like a continuation of the same cutscene. It's just is the difference in angle too jarring? Let's see what this looks like first. Let's export it again. It's gonna. I guess it's gonna be all frames. Yeah, same thing. Export. Yes, agree. And it should automatically update just right here. Let's check it out. Left for a couple minutes. What is happening? We are adding the cutscene. You can check it out in its full glory. Let us know what you think. Does it look good or not? Does that work? What do you guys think? What say you? The blue is blue. Yeah, it's still jarring because it's straight cut. I do like the fade out as you leave the corridor. So you think we need just another fade and fade out. I think I can do that because the fading mechanism is already there. How long it fades, I think, is not controlled. Let's see, it is fade in and fade out, and I think it's set to ½ second, which might be too long. I could do an alternate fade in and fade out for a faster transition, and that's in the transition screen. Yeah, it's a ½ second fade in and fade out. Here we'll just do a new one. Okay, we'll call it. Why can't I rename it? What the heck? Rename. There we go. Fade fast. Fade in fast. Okay, and we're going to have it be set to black. And we'll key in the color, create, and then we'll do in, we could just do 2/10 of a second. We'll set it to clear. Key that in. Did it not key in? Okay, we just can't see it because it's black. That's funny. Okay, and it looks like this. Zoop. Cool. So then we could play that in reverse to do the other thing, so we'll just copy these and rename them to fade out fast, fade in fast, and we'll rename this to fade in fast, and same thing there. Cool. And I think that's all I need, and then all we have to do is add the same thing to the end room. After the animation ends, actually it'd be right before it ends, because we have to have it fade out before it disappears. Right before it ends, which will be controlled with this janky timing method that we're using. Then we'll call the transition screen dot fade out fast, and then it's going to be 0.2 seconds after that. We'll call fade in fast. This is super unprofessional, by the way. Fade in fast. But if it works, who cares? We're set to 4 seconds. We'll see. Let's see if we got the timings right. This is just me guessing. Don't you hate when you're watching Artindi, then his evil brother Tindiar shows up and transport you to the moon? Yeah, that's never fun. I do hate that. It happens all the time. Okay, animation. Whoa, it didn't even fade. What the heck? Why didn't it work? What happened? Is it because this is a higher value? No, because it does fade in between coarse and the other thing, right? Or does it just appear suddenly? Yeah, it does fade in. Why isn't it doing it there? Interesting. So you're partially blind? Go find someone. Both eyes are... He's blind. He's billed. He can't even type because he's so blind. If it works, it works. Yeah. I guess. You're spelling like a drunk man. No, it is not. Hey guys, if any of y'all are like an astronaut, could you send another rocket to the moon? It's really boring up here. I'm sure somebody will send a rocket. Someone will save you. Why wasn't that working? I don't know. I don't understand. Fade out fast. Oh wait, I need to fade in fast. Got it backwards. Fade in fast. And this one needs to be the other one. Fade out fast. Pretty sure that's what. Maybe that's what I did wrong. Whoa. Whoa, that was weird. Is 0.2 seconds not long enough? Let's just do like 0.6 just so we can definitely see it. And I think I did have it the correct way. Fade out fast and fade in fast, because fade in means go from dark to not, and fade out means go from light to dark. So let's watch it again, but now we have a longer time on that second timer, and so we should be able to see it. So I think what was happening is the timers were just overlapping and it wasn't working. So, but the time that it starts fading is not the right spot. No, I just didn't even work that time. Why? That doesn't make any sense at all. I should fade out fast. For some reason, we saw it work just for a second on the... Ugh, this is hard. You can't even spell "nah" right. This is the final warning. I will voice call you next. It looks like it got triggered multiple times. Yeah, I know. And I think that was because I thought that was because of the timing, but then it ended up not being that. It ended up being something else. Yeah, so that's why I extended this out so we could definitely see it fade out if it does fade out. What if we just commented this out? And let's see if it turns black with just that. Maybe it is the two of them being played. They're like canceling each other somehow. And let's see, it should fade out at some point here. There we go. Faded out. We just have to have it fade back in after it fades out. Oops. Did I close? Oh, I didn't close. Okay, I thought I closed OBS on accident there, but okay, let's close that. We just have to have it fade back in. Oh, maybe what we could do... Actually, I don't know if it'll work. We could try it. What if we put that here? I wonder if that's enough time to make it work. Let's see. Do we do the math to get it right the first time? No, we do trial and error. How'd that look? That work? Can't you use a signal from the node you use to play the cutscene that is emitted once it's finished? Yeah, that's actually what I did just now. I had it fade in using the signal, but fading out. Oh, actually, I could put. Well, no. I mean, I did get to work, but I could make it work in a much more reliable way if I add a new, let's add a new one. Let's do function fade in and out fast. because we just need them to play one right after the other. So then we can add a new animation. It's going to be called fade in and out fast. Okay, and basically the same thing. Transition screen. It's going to start out. Oh, actually, no, it's not going to start dark. It's going to go dark at the halfway point, and then it's going to go to clear and clear. There. So it's just going to blink. Bloop, bloop. Oh, that's not going to work though. Yeah. Yeah, that won't work, because if it starts out clear, we'll see when the last frame disappears. We'd still have to have a little bit of time before it turns invisible, which we'd have to have. How is this measured? Is this in tenths of a second? In frames per second? Seconds. 0.3. Let's set the snap to 0.1 seconds. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. There. That's okay. Pass. Fade in and out fast. Okay. Now, end room. I'm very focused. I haven't even. Let me try that. This is my Tend autocorrect. Help me. I'm on my phone. I am spelling the way used closed. Probably add more last frames. Yeah, so we have 3 frames where he's just holding position, and we want to start like right here. What we could do is, instead of having those frames, we could, let's see. Yeah, let's delete. No. Delete node cutscene animation. No. I want to delete some frames. Sprite frames. Oh, do I have to be on the cutscene animation? Sprite frames. Why can't I trash some of these? No, I don't want to delete the node. What's going on? What's going on here? Why can't I move some of these around? It's just not letting me. What is, did I lock it or something? It's because I'm still on animation. Animation. Yeah, it shouldn't be. Why? What's going on? Oh, I did lock it? No, I didn't lock it. I'm confused. Godot sometimes do be like that. Yeah. Is Godot French? That's, yeah, that's why it's pronounced that way. A lot of people get in debates about it because the developers call it Godot, but then at the same time they say the name is based on a French play called Waiting for Godot or something like that, and in French it's pronounced Godot, and so the developers of Godot are super confusing, but because it's been said that it's named after a play, and the way to pronounce that play is Godot, then that's how I pronounce it. Plus, most people pronounce it Godot anyway. So, only people who are like, I want to do what the developers say. They say Godot, which, you know, more power to them. They can do that. But, I mean, I think they're wrong. So, is that why Parmesan is from France and the moon is cheese? That could be. Although, I forgot what that cheese is called in Wallace and Gromit. They call it something else. I can't remember it's something. It's like I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, there was a company, a cheese company, that was actually struggling and it was going to go out of business, and Wallace and Gromit used their name of cheese in their animation because the pronunciation was easier for them to animate, or at least more satisfying for them to animate, and so that's why they picked their cheese out of all the cheeses that they could have. And after the success of Wallace and Gromit, their cheese company didn't fail, so it's actually kind of funny. They saved them unintentionally. Is Sock Friend technically French now? He could be. Godot is pronounced how your heart desires. Yeah, yeah. Except if your heart desires something that's incorrect, then you're incorrect. Okay, let's try to figure out what's going on here. I think I'm stuck in this. I'm stuck in this. It believes I'm trying to add animations, which I'm not. So maybe we'll save this. What if we run the game and then leave again? Will it get me out of there? No, it still thinks I'm trying to animate something. I'm not. Stop it. Ugh. Do I have to just close Godot completely? Let's try. I'll open it up again. Do. Maybe try to restart the engine. Yeah, that's what we're doing. What I do like about Godot is it remembers all the tabs you had open, and so that's kind of nice. All right, now I still can't do anything. What the heck? Is it somehow locked? Like what's going on? Autoplay on. I can't animate it. I can't adjust it at all. Did I click something to lock it? Oh, that's because I have to change it in the actual scene it's based in. My bad. All right. I'm so stupid. Okay, we'll remove those two extra frames that we added at the end, and then in the code, we're going to change this to fade in and out fast, and then have this play after, and we'll take the little bit of code that we have here. We'll comment this out, we'll copy this, and we'll plop it in right here. I set it to 0.2 seconds, or actually it'd be 0.2 seconds. And the timing should be right because this fade in, it'll fade to black in 0.2 seconds, and while it's black, this will disappear, and then it will fade back, and we'll be able to see the scene behind it. Let's do it. This one. I cast Ray of Frost on the moon. Got some wizards up in here. Here we go. Oh, we missed the first half of the animation. That was super delayed. What happened there? Do we delete a bunch of this? No, it's all there. Why did it have... Oh, it's because I did that thing again. The animation frame was set to the wrong animation frame. Where is it? Animation frame. Yeah, set that back to 0. Okay. Let's try again. This time for sure. You know, I've been waiting for Bullen Boy to roll for his Frost Ray. Maybe my D&D dice. Here we go. How's that? That's better. Separate the cutscene Separates the cutscene from the gameplay. Yeah, I think so. We're going to extend that animation though for the arm raising a little bit, I think, because I think we'd still like to see that just a little bit. Where was it? Right here. So let's put this back to like 4.3 and maybe that will show it. But I have both my D&D books. I've never played D&D. Although I bet to most people I seem like the kind of guy who would play D&D. I never have though. Yeah, then we still get a little bit of that raising animation. What do you guys think? Does that look good? I'll show it again. Ready? Here we go. Get to the end of the hallway. We'll see it again. Yeah? Yeah? I think that felt pretty good. We'll do it one more time. Oh, I got things showing up still. That's awkward. Run in, and run in, and. Look at that. It's not being deleted properly. That's awkward. Let's say the moon's AC is 19. What's your modifier? You guys are playing D&D in the chat. Looks good. I think it looks good. Let's fix that issue right now with the with that one sprite not keyfreeing, and that's going to be in attack speed. The icon is not. Why is it not keyfreeing? The button is keyfreeing, but the icon is not. Why? Why would it do that? Let's try it again. See if it was it just a fluke. Let's see. Yeah, it's still there. What? There's the code. Why wouldn't it run it? Is there something happening before it can? Cutscene animation. No, it happened very quickly. Why? Oh, that's why. I haven't named the wrong thing. Yeah, let's name the right thing. So it's an icon. It's the let's see. It's called the attack speed. Oh, it's just not even in my file system. What gives? Auto loads. No, it's gonna be placeholder art. Nope. Environment. End room. Those are the people. Bubbles. Chips. Yeah, it might be in the UI. Where is that file? Or I could look up. Can I look up where these are? Of course not. Oh, can I look it up through here? Through the end room. And then the attack speed button. Oh, icons. Here we go. Attack speed icon. Where's its location? Why doesn't it show me what location it's at? What's it called? Oh, it's part of an atlas texture. Oh, why was I stupid? Why did I do it that way? Oh, man. Oh. It's just this guy. There. I'm so dumb. All right, can we cast magic missiles on Tindier? I am a wizard. 21. I hit the moon with my... You guys are just playing D&D. All right. I mean, theoretically, you would be able to play like a full game of D&D just in a chat like that, right? Okay, that should have fixed it. Let's check it out, make sure. It's a nice cutscene. And then we'll hit this button. Sorry, I was trying to solve another problem while I was doing that, and my brain turned off while I was... Well, I guess it turned on, and I was trying to figure out something else and wasn't actually accomplishing the task that I set out to do. Okay, we did that. Okay, now somebody said that they would like to be able to skip the cutscene. Even though this cutscene is a mere few seconds long, does it still need skipped? What do you guys think? Would we want to be able to skip this 3-second long cutscene? There's a giant crater in my learn because of your dissonant cube. Darn. Well, it's like 4 seconds long, so it's like a 4-second long animation. Doesn't need to be skippable, even though it's only 4 seconds long. Will people get annoyed of seeing that each time they get to the end of a round? Or should it stay in? I kind of feel like it should stay in just because it's so short. Ray of Frost uses the... How much damage did you... There's... You guys are ridiculous. Maybe we'll leave it for now. What time is it? 4:30? Ugh. Ugh. That's 2 hours already. Is that good? Can I call it good? Can I be done streaming? Can I go home now? I don't want to stream anymore. Oh, me changed the mind now. 3, you're showing your dice rolls. How do you trust dice rolls, though? If you're just doing it over chat, you could just, like, say you rolled something. No, wait, we need to finish this. He starts talking now. No, we cannot be done. Oh, you're saying finish the D&D campaign? I mean, aren't you all in my Discord server? Couldn't you just hop over there and finish it? I guess that's not what my Discord server is for, so maybe that wouldn't quite work. Artindi, you can't leave. We have you trapped here to play D&D. Gotta get that D&D session in. Well, I mean, you guys could just play D&D, and then I could go play my game, and then we could just ignore each other. How's that sound? I'll play like Factorio or something, and you guys play D&D in my chat. Also, Bull and Boy, you missed the moon by a few miles as your ray whizzes past it. Oh, he didn't get a good dice roll there. Join the D&D game. I've never played in D&D, so I would be faking it. I don't even know any of that. I love Factorio, he says. Yeah, Factorio is pretty fun. I just named that game out of the few. I had a little bit of a desire to play it again, but then I'm also like, I don't know. That takes a lot of time. I have the new update thing, the DLC, or it's a DLC, isn't it? Like you pay for it. Basically, Factory 2.0, Factorio 2.0, and where you can go to other planets and stuff. And I never quite got to other planets. Like I got into space and making the spaceship and stuff, but I never actually traveled because I felt like I needed to prepare more. And I was scared that if I left my home planet, then all the creatures would come and eat my factory while I was gone, and I wouldn't be able to get back because it was like I was scared it was like a one-way trip. But Vulcanus is easy. Oh yeah, it probably is. But yeah, I had a big home factory, but I was, it was the defenses were not. I think they were sufficient. They were working, but I felt like if I couldn't get back to my home planet for whatever reason, then I'd probably lose it, and it would be bad. Sorry, but the moon is far away. You know what? That was a pretty good prank. Sure, you can have inspiration or your advantage dice. If you have bots, you can backseat factory build from it. Yeah, and I don't know if I had enough bots for me to for me to pull that off. So yeah, I think that's where it was. And I think I knew that too, and I was just like, I was still preparing my planet for me to be able to leave, and I'd never quite got that far before I got burnt out, or I just got interested in some other game. So, speaking about space, can someone please tell NASA about how I'm on the moon? Yeah, we'll let them know. Someone will, I'm sure. Maybe not me, but maybe somebody will. Okay, we have the means to make the other cutscene, and the other cutscene is just going to play immediately after you make your selection. So in the end room, when you select these two, now the end room plays this scene every time we enter it. I mean, that's fine, right? Okay, so from here, you make your selection, and then as soon as you hit this button, the next cutscene should fade in, play the next cutscene. And at the end of that cutscene, we'll go to reset a new level. And we already have everything in place, so maybe we can just do that real quick. And after we do that, then we'll call it quits. So you guys have until I do that to finish your D&D campaign in the chat. Okay, so here's section, where is it? Cutscene animation. So we're just going to add a new animation here, and we're going to call it, we'll call it exit. Why not? That one's enter, this one's exit. And then we have enter animation, and it starts after this one, starting with this frame. And we just have to click all 100 and something of these frames. So this is fun. How have you guys been? Done anything fun lately? Artindi, do you have any advice on keep working on a project after some time of development? So are you saying you're like starting to get burnt out? How do you keep going after you've reached that point? Or what are you asking exactly? How do you keep working on a project after some time in development? It's just tenacity. Like, you just gotta stick to it. One thing that I've told people is, in indie game development especially, there's a lot of stuff that you can work on, and so burnout can be harder to do if you switch what you're working on. So if you're working on level design and you're feeling burnt out, then stop doing level design and work on some art. And if you're feeling burnt out doing that, start making some music. And that's the great thing about indie game development, when you're solo dev especially, is you can just flip-flop what you're working on. As long as you're making some kind of progress and you're okay with deleting something if it turns out that what you made doesn't quite fit what you have, if that makes any sense. So, does that make any sense? I don't even know if that makes sense. We'll plop that in here. Right? So what I meant to say is, often it's advised to not do your art early on, because you might end up scrapping something that you develop, and you might waste a lot of time developing something and making it polished and nice, and then end up just deleting it because it doesn't fit the game, or for whatever reason it just doesn't belong. And so if you're okay with deleting things that you work on, if it needs to happen, then work on whatever makes you feel happy in the moment. That way you don't get burnt out because you're grinding through completing some aspect of your game. Maybe you're coding and coding and coding, and it's just grinding on you. I'll take a break from coding for a little bit and do some other aspect of the game development. Or maybe you're just hunting for a bug and you've been hunting for it for several weeks or whatever. Just take a break from that and make some music. Or maybe you've been making the music for forever. Take a break from that and try to do a little bit more level design, or try to solve some of those bugs that you've put off, right? So there's always something that you can work on, at least until you get close to the end. But once you get close to the end, then you'll have some motivation to finish, because hey, you're close to the end. We should create a D&D server. We should, yeah. I'm not gonna. I don't play it, so I don't. Why would I host that? Yeah, it makes sense. I got a ADHD flavor that makes me not do anything until the deadline makes it borderline impossible to finish. But the thing is, as it is a solo project, I don't have a deadline. Yeah, that's true, you don't have a deadline. You can set yourself a deadline and make that deadline known publicly, if that would help you be motivated. But that is, as hard as that's going to sound, especially since you say you have ADHD. A lot of people say I have ADHD ADHD too, but a lot of that can come down to, and people hate to hear this who have ADHD. A lot of it comes down to self-control. Just because you have ADHD doesn't mean you can't do something. You can decide you're going to stick to something. You can decide you're going to do it even though it's not the deadline. You can overcome those impulses to do otherwise. And so don't let ADHD be an easy excuse to give in and not do something that you could do. Instead, what I would advise is focus your ADHD to achieve something better. Use your ADHD in a way that amplifies your natural ADHD ability to make your game. So, and some of that might be just a little bit of self-control, but other bits of it might be, hey, because I have ADHD, I am really good at flip-flopping between these, or I am really good at doing this kind of thing, or I am really good at working in this kind of way. If you can figure that out, then you will actually excel rather than hold yourself back. So utilize the way your brain works to get your job done even better than someone who doesn't have ADHD. Take advantage of the abilities that ADHD provides, and don't see it as something that holds you back. My biggest issue with personal projects is I get focused on one feature, then once it's done, don't really care about the rest of the project. Yeah, that can happen too. Yeah, and with all things, sometimes it does just come down to a little bit of self-motivation, self-control, sticking to it. Well, kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm not saying I'm burnt out on cost necessarily, but I took a break from it for a while, and I'm coming back, and I'm gonna complete it. And same thing with all the other games that I've put on hold. And if I don't complete them, I'll at least make them public at some point. So it just, yeah, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of strain. You're right, man. I got to get myself together with it. Though it's quite difficult. Joining the stream today gave me some will back. So I thank you for your words and your stream. Yeah, happy to help. It does take a lot of effort, and the same thing with me. And sometimes it takes some accountability, which is kind of why I'm doing it on stream. It's partially to be entertaining and to work on things together, potentially be educational, but it's mostly so that I have some accountability. If I'm on stream, then I'm compelled to be working on it because people are watching me work. If I wasn't on stream, I'd probably be working on something that is much less important. Like I'd be working on my Obsidian Vault, or my, I don't know, some other music, or writing something, or making something that I don't need to be making right now, or even just playing a game. And so by being on stream and saying this is what I'm going to work on, it compels me to work on it. It's helpful that I do have an audience where I can have people in my stream, so I can see that as not being quite the way to do it. But maybe all you have to do is join the right Discord server and jump on some voice chats so that you're working on the game with other people working on their own games. Or I don't know, there's lots of ways that you can hold yourself accountable with other people, and that's one way to keep yourself self-motivated even if you have ADHD. It's 0:42 for me, late. I want to make school game, but I can never make it. You could if you wanted to. I wish I had more privacy to stream without being interrupted every 30 minutes. Yeah, that is the other downside. You're a little bit less productive in a stream, especially for me at least. I'm less productive in stream than if I was just by myself actually working on the project. But I'm overall more productive because I stay on the project, even though the finer bits I'm a little bit less productive on. Okay, we got that imported. Now we just have to call it. So it's already in the scene that we need, so we can just have it called at the right spot, which is when the which button is it? Are we in the right? No. Yeah, we're in the right spot. It's when which button is it? I can't find it. I'm in the UI menu. I'm supposed to be in the end room. There it is. There it is. The confirm button. When the confirm button is pressed, on mouse entered, on mouse, on button down, on confirm button down. Yep. So here it is. it's the finalize function. The finalize function will take your things and then it will reset the scene. So instead of resetting the scene here, we're gonna call a new function, I think. Function. So if you've gotten that far, then it will go to the windscreen instead. Actually, both these things we're gonna need to change. Global stats progress tracker. Okay, that's global. So yeah, we're gonna just move all this down into this new function. But this function we're gonna call it play exit cutscene. What you mean? Pros and cons? Yeah, there's pros and cons. Game about school. No, you face the bullets and teachers. Wait, what? Yeah, there's somebody in the background crying. Bull and Bow Y and traffic cones. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna play the cutscene here and pass. We'll copy paste that in there, and we'll get rid of it here, and instead call play exit cutscene. Okay, and then right here we'll do the which one is it? It's called the cutscene something, right? Cutscene animation dot play exit crap, that's not gonna work. Maybe it is. Maybe it will work. We'll make it work. So we're going to use this again. No, where was it? Right there. And we're going to put it right there. So we're going to fade in and out fast. And the cutscene animation will start playing. But we also have to make it visible because it's been turned invisible. Dot visible equals true. I'm surprised you guys are still sticking around because I'm just doing boring coding. I've watched other people's streams where they code, and I'm like, man, this is so freaking boring. Is it because you guys are playing D&D, or did you finish your D&D game? Like Bully from Rockstar? Maybe? By the way, hi, House. I didn't say hi. How's it going? What's cooking? What's cooking? Glad you could join the stream. Would anyone else like to join our D&D server? Remember, we are both 15. You're like, don't get mad at us. We are 15-year-olds. You should make it sound cool. We believe you can do it, Bolden Boy. You pick cards in a deck, do actions like attacking, healing, and other things. Nah, it's chill. I'm just listening right now. Okay, for doing code, yeah. Yo, Dr. House in the chat. Dr. House. I don't know if they're still in the chat, but they did say a few things, and I never actually responded to them. I read when they said it's 5:31 a.m. I read that, but I didn't read it out loud. So I guess you're an hour ahead of me. That must mean you're on the West Coast, somewhere, maybe California, Washington. Or no, that'd be an hour ahead. It should be the other way. Yeah, you're somewhere in the mid states. I don't even know if House is still in the chat, but if they are, they're somewhere in the middle states, somewhere in like the Great Plains, probably. that section there, somewhere like Texas and the states above Texas. Yeah. If they're in the U.S., that is, they could be somewhere in Canada or Mexico. You have hats and other party members, and you try to save the world or Canada, but you're just the 3rd grade. That's cool. Yeah. Anyway, what am I doing? You guys are so distracting. I feel bad. I think Hat left. They stopped in, chatted, and I never responded. Now they're gone. I'm also coding. Plus, really like how simple your code looks. Maybe it's just the Python dev in me. It could be because my code is not. It's not the well. No, every once in a while I have some really simplistic solutions, but my overall structure of my code is probably not the best. But sometimes little solutions I don't know. I come up with solutions that are out of the box, but that doesn't mean they're good. I can never make school game. Currently working on you're currently working on your game, not Jude. Yeah. I'm not currently working on my game because I'm reading chat. You guys are the worst. The worst at distracting me. Well, you're the best at distracting me, but that makes you the worst. Okay, so this will start playing when this happens, but we need this to play when that ends. So that means we need a variable to determine that this particular animation is playing. And we'll do that with variable is exiting equals false. And then we can adjust that variable right here. Is exiting equals true. Then we'll copy this. We'll go down to the very bottom where we have this, and we'll say if is exiting equals false. Then we're going to do this. Else do this. Oops, wrong direction. And when we do that, we probably also need to have a transition fade out timer. Yeah, we're going to have the transition fade out timer either way. Oh, except it's going to be different. We need a different transition. Transition, screen. We're going to fade to black instead, so we're just going to do fade out. A regular fade out. We don't need a fast fade out. Okay. That should work. I mean, yeah, it's perfect. It's going to work first time when we run this. I know it will. First time success. Oh, it's not. It's not. I need to fix something. I don't even have to get to there. And I know it's not going to work. Because this is still 5 frames a second. That's not going to work. We need it to be 9 frames a second and not repeat. Now it should work. What's up?
Getting socks.
Getting socks? You heading outside?
Yeah.
Nice.
You want to come with us?
Nope. I'm streaming.
Okay.
Plus, that's outside. Why would I want to go out there? Toby Fox. What's Toby Fox? Hello, wife Tindy. They say hello, wife Tindy. She says hello. Bye-bye. I have a whole book. 2D or 3D because I make 3D art. Nice. Dissonant Cube. What's going on? Have you been in chat? You have been in chat. This is going to be that one Doom map. I haven't welcomed you to the stream though. Have you been in chat for like a long time and I've just been ignoring you? Oh, you were playing you were playing D&D. Why do I see names and I'm like, oh, I haven't talked to them at all yet, but then it turns out they've been in chat like the whole time and I just suck as a streamer. Although the really big time streamers, they have so many people in chat that they can't keep track of everybody, so I don't know. I suck as a personable streamer. With streams this small, I should be able to keep track of who's in the chat. But sometimes I suck. Like Paper Mario, you flip between 2D and 3D. Okay, it should work now, so let's try it. Here we go. Okay, that works. We'll select 2 abilities and click this, and we should go to the other cutscene. Okay, that was a little weird. Okay, that was way too fast of a transition. Something went wrong there. I think because I didn't have a timer, maybe. Transition screen fade out should be what I need. Oh, we need to allow time for it to fade out. Duh. Which I think we had that in the original code here. Wherever it was. Oh, it's gone now because I deleted it. Play screen, fade out. So that this is how much time we actually need. So let's just take that because we don't need it fading out multiple times. Okay, and that's going to go right here. So we do need a 0.7 seconds for the fade out to play through fully. It's actually 0.2 seconds, or it's 0.5 seconds, but then we have an extra 0.2 at the end to make sure it's all the way dark before we transition scenes. And then the scene will transition, and the new scene should have its own transition back to full color. And then the other mistake was the was here. This took too long, or it happened too soon. Transition fade out. Oh, it's because we had that 7 seconds here. So it should work fine now. Let's try. Oh, I didn't need to do the whole thing, but I guess we are now. Oh, right, this is a game dev stream. How long have you been working on this project? Technically, since last year. But I wasn't working on it the whole time. I took a couple months, several months off actually, so I could make videos and work on other projects and do other things. So there's been a substantial amount of time between development. Almost all of the development has happened on stream. Before I started streaming though, I made the game function in code. So I coded the whole thing and it functioned. It just had placeholder sprites, but the whole game was in place because it's not that complex of a game. The whole game was in place before I started streaming, but since I've streamed, everything that you see, all the art, all the extra animations, polish and everything, that's all been done while streaming. So the majority of the game has been developed in streams rather than off camera, which is kind of interesting, I think. So we're trying to finish it up. The due date is the 22nd of July. And so, yeah, that's not the release date. That's the game is complete date. And then we'll decide when the game is actually going to be released after that. So are you ever going to finish Void Titan? Yes, I do plan on finishing Void Titan. If nothing else, if I don't come back and like actually finish it, then I'm going to make it a deliverable, at least remove bugs, and make it playable, and then just release it for free. Because I'm not going to just abandon the project and never let anybody play it. I think that's stupid. I'll just make a playable version of it and put that out there for free. And, you know, if people really enjoy it, maybe I'll do a Void Titan 2, and then with my better coding skills that I have now and better game development skills, I'll be able to make it run better, function better, and just be overall funner. Same concept, but, you know, I'll just redo it. So, if nothing else, at least a free demo of Void Titan will be released that everybody can play around with. So, and the demo will basically be whatever I currently had developed in the game. So, yeah. I don't really believe in announcing projects and then abandoning them if I can help it. Although sometimes that just happens, and what can you do? By the way, Sock, did you get your Discord set up? Yeah, have you got it set up yet? Come on, man. Who is Kyle? Who is Kyle No again? I don't know. Who is Kyle No? Get Kyle off the screen. I think they were saying, is it? No, you're calling him Carl. I don't know who Kyle is. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's check this, see if it works. That worked. It cut to that pretty smoothly. And then it broke. Why'd it break? Invalid access to property key. Timeout. Why? Oh, because I have an extra T on there. Whoops. Yeah, now it's broken. Now I broke it. Okay, oh, I closed it. Now let's try it again now that I fixed the typo. Well, that cutscene is cool. Yeah, it is. That's right. Doink. Okay, select 2 and cutscene. Thunk. And then you start over. Except you won't start in a dinky hallway, because that feels stupid. Instead, you'll start... Oh, what happened? Where did I go? Oh. Player. Instead, you'll start on this thing, and it'll look a little bit more dramatic, I think. There we go. And let's look at it again from that perspective. I feel like I should make the mouse disappear during the cutscene. Yeah, probably should, because you shouldn't be able to see a mouse in cutscenes. Click, pick, and go. And then you start again. Round 2. Woohoo! Look at him, he's gonna just skip his way all the way there. Unless he dies. By the way, his shield and stuff is still off. We should probably turn that back on because we were done doing the animations, improving the animations. Background, no, that's not it. Is that it? Is that like his shadow? Interesting. Why did I turn that off? We're going to leave it off for now. Okay. Collision shape, visible. Shield, visible. Light occluder can be visible. Wings, wings 2. Collision shape, and collision shape, and collision shape. There. Now everything is visible and working. We can see it all, and it works, probably. So 5 active party members. Is 5 characters in a JRPG too many characters? I don't know. I can't even put my 2 cents in that. I don't play enough JRPGs to know. Get out of here. Like I'm above the wall, so this scene's broken. Now there's actual visual indication of when you do and don't have a shield. Shield back on. Shield broken. No, not my shield. I'll get it back if it's the last thing I do. It's back. Look at this, look at that. Open up and shoot a bomb. I love that animation. Doink, doink. Yeah, see all the walls have the Y sorting messed up. So now I'm above it and above that too. So at a certain point it just flips. Oh, that's because I entered a new section. Yeah, you can see it happen right there. See, I'm behind the wall, then I'm ahead of the wall. Behind, in front, behind, in front, behind, in front. So I think I need to go through every individual one of those and tweak around with it until I get them fixed. So, which is a little bit annoying. Look at this sick animation. It's so nice. And it just randomly selects a location close to the player to drop the bomb at. So it might drop it right on your head. But then it would die instantly because if you walk on a bomb, it kills it. can't reach it. Boing. Do you think I should charge for this game? Now are you going to answer honestly? You might be able to split it up so less are in a combat at once. Oh, for the JRPG question. I know what a JRPG is, I just didn't expect it. It's a turn-based RPG where you control a big party with different classes. Those are, yeah. I guess I have played a few of those, but probably not the popular ones. Some really like unpopular, just whatever. I played, there's a game called For the King, I think. That, with that definition, it would qualify as a JRPG, but I don't know if it actually was a JRPG. And with that definition, would that also mean that Darkest Dungeon is a JRPG? Because that Darkest Dungeon fits that description. Have you ever made a game with 3D models instead of pixel art? I have not. I have planned several games that use 3D models that I would like to make, but I have not actually made them. So, yeah. Although probably my 3D models would be voxel art, because I know I could do that. So, this game is worth 6 billion. What is that? Is that yen? I don't know what symbol that is. No, Swedish, but I think a pound is more than $1. Oh, you're British. $3.99, he says. That is a very honest answer. $3.99. Wait, Sweden also uses pounds? My game could be voxel. No KR. No crowns. Also, no way my man just called a pound a yen. Is that what it is? It's a pound? I don't know. I don't keep track of these. Oh yeah, yen is like with a Y, isn't it? It's got a Y with a cross through it. That makes sense because it's a yen and has a Y cross. Or is that the, let's see, yen symbol? Yeah, it's the Y with the crossed out, and then the pound is the other one. Pound symbol. I spelled pound wrong. Oh, there it is, right there. That's a weird looking symbol, isn't it? Let's see. Currency symbols. Dollars, euros, yen, pound, franc, ruble, Turkish lira, won, rupee. Rupee? Are these like the most popular ones? It's popularity. These are the most common ones, I suppose. It's interesting that they're all marked with like lines crossing through them. Who decided that? Well, I don't mean to brag, but while you have been learning pixel art, I was learning the blade. What does that mean? You're correct, but you're also wrong. Bullen boy. This is the pound symbol. Indeed. You know what's cool about yen is they have that hole in the middle, and that way you can put your money on a string, but nobody does that anymore. It's just like an old-fashioned thing that people used to do. Maybe some people do, but like a yen isn't worth enough now to like carry it around, if I remember right. But yeah, it's a really cool idea. Like, I don't know why all currencies don't do that. Also, the Canadian dollar, I think it's the toonie. Canadian toonie. Yeah, here's the Canadian toonie. And what it was supposed to be a long time ago is you could pop the middle out, and then you'd have two. I might be just making this up, but I believe the middle was meant to be popped out, so you could use them separately. But yeah, I don't think anybody does that. or at least they don't do it anymore. Maybe they never did it, and I'm just making up a pretend rumor I heard once. But yeah, Canadian toonie, and then their $1 is called a loonie, and that's because the bird on it is called, I think it's called a loon bird or something. I also might be making this up, but but the bird is a loon, and so they call it a loonie. And then this one is worth 2 loons, and so they call it a toonie because they're funny. Also, the Canadian bills. One of the Canadian bills they have, the guy on it looks just like Spock. Let's see, where's it at? Canadian bills with Spock. Yeah, this guy. And so people would it's the $5 Canadian bill, and so people would get markers and turn him into Spock, and it was called Spocking Year 5 or something like that. And so yeah, if you just add some gnarly eyebrows and the right hairdo, then the guy, yeah, that's what he looks like normally. Give him the right eyebrows and a hairdo, he looks just like Spock. So yeah, a lot of these bills in Canada have Spock drawn on them. Genius. It's the Looney Toonie. Exactly. Even better than Bubble Guppies. The best brand. Isn't Sabaton from Sweden as well? They're one of my favorite bands. There's a lot of like productions of media from. Oh, also he looks like Snape. I actually liked it better when they drew him as Snape. That's excellent. Love that. That's so funny. I wonder how many faces you could do that on. Will it just work on any face? Look at that. That's George Washington, I think. No, it's Hamilton. I couldn't tell because he looked like Spock. That's the $10 bill. The older $10 bill, I think. That's funny. You could probably pull it off on anybody. That's actually Spock. Weird. I believe it's a federal crime to deface dollar bills, but nobody's actually going to take you to prison or anything over that. And the world's biggest spherical building. Isn't the world's biggest spherical building? Yeah, I don't know what it is actually. We have Avicii. World's biggest spherical building. I definitely spelled spherical right. I did not. How do you spell spherical? Spherical. There we go. World's largest spherical building. Yeah, it's whatever that building is. I forgot what it's called. It's in yeah. It gives me the address before what it's called, what the name is. Is it called the Avicii Arena? List of largest buildings. Avicii Arena, the Globin. Is that what it's called? Wikipedia. Yeah, it's called the Avicii Arena. That's funny. Hilarious. Cool. The more you know. Also named after Avicii. Rip Avicii. Game development. Yeah, we're definitely game developing right now. Talking about Canadian dollar bills. I am tired. That's why. I think we're going to be done because I don't want to stream anymore. Don't make me stream anymore, please. No. I won't be streaming tomorrow, by the way. I have to do other things, so it won't be happening. And then Saturday, probably not as well, unless I do it in the evening again. I was hoping to do it in the morning, but it probably won't happen. So I'm going to try to do the things that I need to do offline during that time, which is fix the wire laying with the tile sets, implement a score multiplier. Oh, and actually did this. We can delete that. Let's delete that. You guys proud of me? I did a thing. For those who didn't see it, I showed it right as I started the stream. For those who didn't see it, I'll show it real quick. If you run the game, go to the settings. You can adjust this. Let's make this really loud and this absolutely quiet, just to show it works. And if you close the game, run it again, it keeps the settings. So what's cool is anytime you let go of either of these settings, then it will save both of them wherever they are. So you're writing to a file each time you release the button. So it's like release, it's saved. Release, and it's saved. That way, if you click exit or play the game or do anything, like, you can't change these without it saving. It doesn't have enough time. You can't let go of this and click exit fast enough to not have it save. And then if you leave, it will just save it. And as the game loads, it automatically, before any of this even shows up, it automatically inputs that value and adjusts the volume to match. And so yeah, that's what we got. Pretty good. I like save systems that are simple, because you can't actually save the game while you're playing. You have to get through in one run, or you don't win at all. And so hopefully you don't have to go to dinner or something, or you can pause it though. You just can't close it because it won't save. So some people think that's bullen or the bruise. I don't know what that is. What does bullen mean? Something in Swedish? I don't know either. I don't know Swedish. Yeah, I'm gonna go now because I'm tired and I don't know. Artindi must be proud of us, right? I'm very proud of you. I'm so proud of all of you. Except Rasping Python. I'm slightly less proud. Like, I'm still proud, but just slightly less. Like, if I'm proud of everybody at like an 8, Rasping Python is right now at like 7.5. Don't ask why. That's just how it is. Okay, but I'm still proud. Like, still technically proud. Just slightly less. Measurably less. Still proud, though. All of you. I'm proud of you, too. Actually, not Jude. I'm proud of you 8.5. So if you look at it, you know, in the big picture, I'm proud of all of you. But if you, like, zoom in a lot, I'm slightly more proud of not Jude than the rest of you. And I'm slightly less proud of Rasping Python than the rest of you. For reasons unknown even to me. So that's where we're at today in the proudness arena. What about me? You're just right at the 8. Yeah, you're right there at that 8. Now this does change frequently, so you know, just how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Now that everybody's like joined and sticking to this stream. It jumped up to 16 concurrent viewers. What did Rasping Python do? He did nothing. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you the reason why my proudness levels for each of you are where they are. It's just, I'm just reporting on the numbers. I don't have the reasoning. So that's where we are at. The Bool guy, he's like, I just arrived. Why are we ending? What the heck? It's the concurrent viewers are jumping up to 19 right as I'm about to end the stream. Everybody's like, like the people who are joining, who normally join and then immediately leave, they joined and they're like, oh, he's leaving? I guess I'll stick around till he's gone. Oh, that's stupid. Well, I guess I'm going to end the stream on the most viewers we've had the whole time. Well, actually, yeah, 19. That's the most we've had this whole time. Now that I'm ending it, everybody's joining. What the heck, guys? Where were you? Where were you all? What's going on? Why are you mean to me? My proudness level for all of you has gone from 8 down to 7. You've all dropped a whole point. Spit while you're ahead. Yeah, I should just quit while I'm ahead. Keep you excited for the next one. Next one's going to be on Monday. I won't, maybe Saturday in the evening, but probably not. You can keep an eye out for it, but it probably won't be happening. Next one will probably be Monday. Well, for sure it'll be Monday. I won't be able to stream tomorrow and Saturday. I've been compelled to go on a camp out against my will. I don't like going outside. So, yeah, I'm being forced to go touch grass against my will. And I hate it, but I got to go do it. So I wonder if my wife is watching the stream. She's like, listening in. She knows I hate camping though, so this is no surprise to her. I hate camping. Outside is good for muscles. Yeah, I know outside is like there's a lot of vitamins and crap like C, vitamin C or whatever it is, vitamin D from the sun. But why would I do that when I can just not? I might get a sunburn, or what's bad about outside? You get mosquito bites. Other bugs want to bite you. Sunburns, itchiness, allergies. You'll get attacked by animals. Those are just like the actual threats that will arrive. But then you also have just uncomfortabilities. So you might your socks might get wet because you dropped them in water, or maybe you get too hot because you're sitting next to the fire, or you get smoke in your face and you end up smelling like smoke for 2 weeks because you can't get it out of your hair, or and then you're just too cold. Like you go to sleep and it's too cold because you're sleeping in a sleeping bag on the floor, and then the floor is uncomfortable. Like there's nothing good about camping. I don't know why people go camping. It's uncomfortable and has the high potential to be more uncomfortable the whole time you're out there. The longer you're out there, it increases the chances of something horrible happening that will make you uncomfortable for the rest of the time you're out there, and then you're stuck out there until you get back. So it's just awful. No matter how you look at it, camping is just the worst. It's the worst. That's why we built houses, so we don't have to sleep outside. Why would we go willingly choose to de-evolve into sleeping outside again, right? In nature is romantic, I suppose. Like nature is beautiful, but I mean I can look at nature without having to be in it, right? Just give me a picture. I'll appreciate a picture just as much as actually being there, I promise. And I know I've gone, Old Faithful. Yeah, I said I was going to quit the stream, but you guys got me going. Do you know what Old Faithful is? The geyser. It's in I think it's in Wyoming, right? I've been to this. Everybody's like, it's amazing. You got to go see it. It shoots super high. Here's Old Faithful. Look at that. And then you can there's these boardwalks that go around it, so you can watch it. Once every about hour and a half, it will shoot this massive geyser into the sky. And I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I've never seen it in real life. And so then I went to watch it, and I sat among, you can kind of see, look at all these people sit in a big circle around it. I went and sat among the crowds, played some card with a friend that I brought with me, and we're just chilling, and then it happened, and I was like, wow, that sucked. Like, I could just watch a video. Like, it was not that impressive. People traveled from other continents to see this. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why? I drove several hours to see it, and I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. It was super stupid. Just send me a video. I don't need to see it in real life. My goodness. But yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of nature things. It's like, why would I go get sunburned so I can see something that I can see online? Don't let the bed bugs bite. Yo, guys, sir, Old Faithful. I'm going to bed. Yeah, good night. Catch you later. Yeah, I need to get off too. But yeah, when you see me, you won't see me. When you hear me again streaming, I will have braved a camp out. Yeah, it's gonna suck, but maybe it'll be fun a little bit. I'll try to have a little bit of fun. Catch you guys later. I'm gonna end the stream now for reals now. Bye bye.